Plaintiff Natasha View is suing her ex-boyfriend, Raymond Mays, for unpaid loans. Natasha says she started having sex with the defendant when she was 14 and he was 21, and he abused her for 7 years. But Raymond insists the plaintiff lied to him about her age, and he says he has custody of their 5-year-old daughter because the plaintiff is an unfit mother. He's countersuing for car damages.
Natasha View is suing Raymond Mays, her ex-boyfriend, for unpaid loans, and Raymond is countersuing his ex-girlfriend for car damages. How are you, Natasha?
Fine.
Why are you suing your ex-boyfriend?
Well, Your Honor, when I was young, I was misguided and without a father, and boys and men took advantage of me all the time. One of those guys was Raymond Mays. I met him when I was 14. I lied to him and told him I was 17. However, after our first statutory rape encounter, I told him my real age, and he continued to sleep with me and take advantage of me. And
did she tell you that she was 14 after you had sex once?
No.
Did you think she was 14?
It was about a year after I met her that she told me her real age. And we found out when
2
the
weeks.
statutory rape case came up between her and her friend. That's when I
slept with
found
him
out.
2 weeks after I met him.
Okay.
I was young.
When I met her, I didn't take advantage of her.
Yes, you did. I was only 14.
Well, how long ago? Okay, I get it. How long ago was this when you first met him?
Well, I'm 24 now. I've known him for about 10 years.
So 10 years ago, I'm sure she looked 14. Look, I mean,
she looked
10
pretty
years
much the same
ago,
now
she looked
then.
like she was 17. She looks like she's 17 now.
Like I said, she looked pretty much the same then as she does now. She wasn't in school. She had a 2.5-year-old daughter.
At the age of 14, she had a 2.5-year-old?
I was misguided, yes.
She had
I
a
had a baby when I was
2.5-year-old
12.
daughter. She was paying.
You had a baby when you were 12?
Yeah.
With whom?
Another guy that's kind of like him, that's even worse than him.
Where's your mom and dad?
My mom, she always told me she hated me.
Do you take care of your own kids?
I tried to. Two of them live with my aunt right now.
No.
Okay. I assume the two of you have a baby together?
Yes, because our relationship went on for about 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I moved in with him when I was 18 and went through pure hell with him. He physically abused me. He emotionally abused me. He verbally abused me.
It was abuse on both sides.
He slammed my head into the refrigerator one time. He beat me up one time when Kayla was in my arms. She was only 3 months.
That's not true.
Did you call the police, Natasha?
Yes, but they got tired of coming out there. They knew our names.
Did you file charges? Did you ever file charges?
Yes, but I don't have a copy of the charges.
Actually, she never filed charges.
Why did the police get tired of coming out if you followed through with charges?
Because I kept calling him, because he lived with me. There was nowhere for me to go. Finally, I just started taking the whoopings and just being quiet when it happened. And then one day I beat him up and we both were in the hospital. One time I called the police and they took us both to jail.
Well, how did you beat him? How do you beat someone that big?
That's not true.
I beat him with a pot.
Actually,
Let
that's
me
not
ask
true.
you a question. Have you been convicted of anything, Raymond?
Yeah.
What?
Domestic violence with her, we both got convicted of it. They got tired of coming to the house because she would call them after she starts the fight, and they asked me why I keep letting her come back in. She was living with me. I was paying all the rent and everything. I said, well, every time you come to the house, you say I can't take my daughter with me because I'd be kidnapping. And so she has to stay at the house with the kids, so they would make me leave.
Oh, that's hogwash. If you want to take your daughter, you go to court and you get custody.
That's what I ended up doing, but I'm saying at the time.
Do you have custody?
Yeah, full custody of my daughter. I got it twice, once in South Carolina and once when I moved to Georgia.
All right, what's the baby's name?
Kayla.
Kayla. And how old is Kayla now?
She just turned 5 on the 8th.
How do you get custody of Kayla?
She had lost custody of her other child when she was in South Carolina. When we first broke up, I took my child and her oldest daughter with me to Georgia. She came back and got her child after Christmas. She went up to South Carolina. I don't know what happened. She got locked up. They took her oldest child and put her in social services. They wanted to do the same thing with Kayla.
What's the name of your oldest daughter?
Brianna.
Okay, where's Brianna now?
She lives with my aunt. I haven't lost rights to her. There's still
She's
open
lost
case.
rights to her.
No, I haven't.
The reason why she lost is because she didn't follow any of the procedures that they wanted her to follow about taking her class.
All right, what about Kayla?
Still open.
What about Kayla?
Kayla, they wanted to put her in social services too, but since they found out she was with me, they said all they would do is they would make sure she's in a safe environment.
Where is the mother at the time that you're suing for full custody of Kayla?
She was back and forth between Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and wherever else she was at. Half the time I couldn't get in contact with her.
Well, how does a father take a child from behind the mother's back?
I have
if
no
the
idea.
mother's there, he can't do anything behind your back.
That's why I don't believe he has custody. I think he's just telling me that.
I got the paperwork.
You don't even know. You haven't even gone to the court to find out if he's got custody of your baby?
I'm trying to do all that right now.
Custody custody paperwork right here.
His mom helped him.
She signed it.
She always helps him.
No,
Well, good. He's lucky he's got a mom who helps him.
He's 30 years old. His mom helps him with everything.
My mom didn't help me with anything. When
She
I got
doesn't know
custody
what a
of
monster
Kayla,
you are, so she helped
when
you
I
get
got
custody of
Kayla,
Kayla.
Natasha Joy View, in the interest of Brianna, shall have supervised visitation. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me tell you something, Natasha. When a court, and I've done this, orders supervised visitation by a mother, what that tells me, without spending a lot of time on this paperwork, is they don't trust you alone with those kids. Supervised visitation means you can't come to Raymond's house, pick up the kids, and take the babies. It means there's got to be a social service worker, a CPS, or Division of Children and Family Services worker, somebody monitoring you're taking care of the kids. And you don't even know if you've got custody of your own kids?
Does that say with Brianna?
Yes.
Because I was supposed to come to DSS and visit her because they took her. So when they say supervised visit, they mean me coming up to DSS to visit her.
Let me explain something.
That's what I had to do to get her back.
Yeah? Okay, so why haven't you gotten her back?
Because I was homeless at one point in time. I'm just now getting my life back together.
You need a job.
Let me tell you. Hold on.
Where do you want to work?
No, I'm not homeless anymore.
She wasn't
I was
homeless.
at one point in
She
time.
wasn't
Where are you
homeless.
working
I'm not homeless
now?
anymore. I
Where
have
you
a
working?
3-bedroom home.
Where are you working?
I work in a club.
She wasn't homeless then. She was making $1,500 in 2 weeks then. She just didn't do what she needed to do to get an apartment and get stable. That's
Where are you
all she had to
working?
do.
I'm working at a club.
She's a dancer. She's
You're
a
a
stripper.
dancer.
Yes.
And she was making
more
plenty of
money.
money.
And now I make more money
Make
than
more-
you. And
She made more money than me.
I know, and I loaned you all this money, and I want it back so I can get custody of Kayla.
All right. What are you suing him for?
I'm suing him for unpaid loans because he would call me and ask me for money because he cannot take care of Kayla by himself. He will not let me have proper visitation. Every time I want to visit with her, I have to come there and visit with him too and listen to his mouth.
Was there an agreement that you would pay her back for money?
No.
Yes, I have a text
Tell me,
message right
do you
here.
have a promissory note?
I have a text message of the kind of messages he used to send me.
I would say, I might say, let me hold $20 or something. She'll send me 50. And then when she come down to visit Kayla, she'll be like, just give me $50 to get back to Myrtle Beach or something like that. Or before she got her car, she'll say, just buy my bus ticket to get from here to Myrtle Beach and I'll just send you half of the money back.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
This
and
more than $50.
she's paid, like, cause I had the money she's talking about, the real money she's really gave me came this past couple of months. I had lost a job. I had started a new job and lost that job and started working back somewhere else where I worked before. They laid off 13 people. I got laid off then too.
I understand.
And so she came down, she paid my water bill, and she gave me money for an electric bill as well.
I understand. Talk to me about the car
she never-
damage.
Live with me.
The car damage came, she had came down to Augusta to visit Kayla. She wanted to go get her driver's license. I had to go to work. I said, you can hold my car to go to the DMV because I only had to be at work for 4 hours. I said, you can go to the DMV, come back and pick me up. On the way to the DMV, she got into a car accident. It was no body damage to the car, but the airbags popped out and the front windshield popped out. I fixed the front windshield myself, $200. She said she would repair the airbags. But I didn't give her an estimate because when I went down to Buick to get the estimate, they said I had to pay them $190 to get an estimate. So until I got the
Do you
estimate,
have pictures of anything, Raymond?
Yeah, my phone, I have pictures of my car.
Let's see it. Give it to the court officer. I'd like to see the
He
pictures.
said his insurance would take care of that.
Tell me the situation with the car.
I borrowed his car. I got into a car accident. He knew I didn't have a license. I was going to get my license. He said his insurance would take care of it.
No, I never said any such
I
thing.
never agreed to pay you
I
back.
don't care
And if I
about
did
that.
agree to pay you back, I sure have paid you back with all these loans.
Let me ask you a question. Don't you think you have an obligation
Yeah, he should let her
to
come
send
live with
him
me.
money for
See, that's
your
her-
daughter?
His friend told me that he didn't use this money for her.
How do you know? You don't even know who has custody of your kids. Is this the windshield out?
No, the windshield's already been repaired. Just the airbag on the driver's side where the steering wheel is. And then the other picture is of the passenger side
Does the airbag then, did it damage or is there something over?
The whole top dashboard.
What do you estimate the damage to cost for that?
I didn't think it was going to cost more than $1,000. The actual estimate is $3,500. I have the estimate here with me too.
Let's see the estimate.
$35,2270.
What are you doing driving the car when you don't have a license?
I was going to get my license.
Boy, that's really smart. All right, $3,522. All right, preliminary estimate, Raymond Mays.
I've already paid that much to him.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, prove it.
Well, okay, if you paid me
Right here with all these
$3,500.
loans.
Let's see.
That's not even half of the money I've given him.
She has not given me
I've
that
given him
much money
so
at
much
all.
money. It
All
doesn't
right,
make any
that's enough.
sense. And Kayla still has
I
clothes
said
too.
that's enough.
Oh, sorry.
So what is she doing? She's sending you money? Is that what's going on?
Like I said, she'll send me money if I need it. If I fall short or something like that, I'll be like, look, if you got it, let me get it. If not, don't worry about it.
All right. And what period of time is this money sent to him, Natasha?
Over the last 2 years.
Over the last 2 years, and I've been taking care of Kayla since.
Well, give
I
it to
know
me
that.
then. Well, give it to me then.
The money ranges from $80 to $100 to $50.
That's not even half of
$150. Okay.
it. All adds up.
The issue is whether or not the plaintiff loaned money to the defendant for the care of Kayla, and whether or not the defendant is obligated to pay the money back. The plaintiff has not in any way proven to the court that the money was a loan that the defendant should pay back. In fact, I think it's an outrage that a mother who essentially abandons her daughter and sends $50 here and there and $80 here and there would expect the father who's taking care of the daughter, paying other people to babysit that very same precious baby when he's working, and expect him to pay her back. She should spend the next 10 years paying him back. Now, it is also undisputed that the plaintiff was driving the defendant's car. Now, I kind of heard a repeated kind of poor me thing. Like, I was 14 when I first had sex with him, and I told him, and he knew it. You know, I didn't have a driver's license, and I told him, and he knew it. You know, it's kind of pushing everything off on someone else. And I understand statutory rape is automatically a crime for which you should be accountable.
No,
and it is a strict liability crime, Raymond, and you're lucky the statute of limitations is passed. It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter what she says to you. It's strict liability. That means her age is her age, period, end of the story. But what I'm doing is I am dismissing her claim for unpaid loans against you. They are absolutely without merit. Okay. Your claim against her for the damage to the car has absolute merit, and therefore I am awarding you $3,522 for the damage that she created and caused to your car. Now, at the end of the day, there are two children here, one of whom is yours.
Right.
You are a mother who has an obligation to care for her children. And for you to try to take money from the man who is taking care of your own baby is an outrage. Then get your butt to court and do what you got to do. You got your job, yourself a job in a stripper club. You can go to court and figure out how to file a paper.